By now, everyone knows there are certain stratagems that are the breadwinners of every build and used by every diver. However, it gets boring getting stuck in the same build path every single game. So, today we are going to test some budget stratagems, the ones available only early on, to see if they are viable options in the current version of the game. Shockingly, during the testing phase, I noticed some hidden mechanics that no one found out about until now. So, let's uncover these mysteries together so that you can become even more knowledgeable about everything there is to know about Helldivers 2. So first things first, we need to find 4 stratagems that are uncommonly used but can synergize well with each other. Note that in the current game, there has been an uptake in the amount of bug spawns through every difficulty level. So, the first thing on the list would be to make sure that the stratagems have sufficient wave clearing abilities, and secondly, have the ability to kill heavy armored targets, as both will be obstacles to every diver's mission completion. So, the first of the 4 stratagems tested was the Orbital Precision Strike, which has a 100-second cooldown. This is the first stratagem every diver starts out with. It could be stuck to the shell of chargers, but there is currently a glitch that inhibits the orbital strike to hit the correct location, and instead hits the original impact zone, making this an invalid option. Instead, it was more reliable to determine the distance and timing of the orbital strike. However, this takes a bit more time to master, as it takes 5 seconds to launch after deployed, making the timing of the shot a bit difficult. Since it is basically a rail cannon strike with a little more AoE, as I figured, it will one-shot chargers. Now, Bile Titans are a bit slower and then can be easily hit with the orbital strike. So, if the stratagem is thrown as soon as the Bile Titan starts to puke and is placed a bit in front of its current position, it can and will one-shot the Bile Titan. This was a surprising find, as it has a very quick cooldown while having good splash and direct impact damage. These tests suggest that the orbital strike can be a viable option for killing heavy troops. A good start to the video. Now, we have our second stratagem, the Orbital Airburst Strike. This is going to be our main method for clearing out mobs that swarm, and killing medium troops like the Spewers and Nursing Spitters as needed, as its cooldown is only 120 seconds. As the cluster strikes have a damage duration of 5 to 10 seconds, it gives good clearance of space for the divers to use. In addition, this orbital can kill a charger that has been damaged, but it will not kill them from full HP. It will, however, usually stun them if the airburst strike hits them squarely. Realistically though, this will be used as a smaller AoE than its cluster bomb counterpart, leading to less team kills while still providing moderate damage and space. Onto the third stratagem, we have the Eagle Airstrike. Since increasing the difficulty will increase the amount of heavy enemies spawning into the game, we will need to be prepared with a good source of damage that can be spammed quickly if necessary. The Eagle Airstrike will mostly be used to clear out Bile Titans that swarm, along with mobs, as it has been a larger AoE and similar damage output to the Airburst Strike. Note that when attempting to kill Bile Titans, you will need all 3 airstrikes to the body of a Titan to kill them. But, with a 2-minute recall for the Eagle stratagem, in addition to its 3 strikes immediately available, it should be more than enough to clear missions with. The final stratagem was a hard choice, but I settled on the Eat because it has a fast call-in time and will clear out the constant assault of chargers that come with higher difficulties, though it can be swapped out with any other heavy explosive weapon. Now, many people used the Eat in the past, but it has plummeted in popularity when the Quasar Cannon was brought in, though it still can be seen. Now again, focusing on the harder difficulty missions, there will be tons of heavy armored targets spawning, and the need to clear them out quickly will soon be apparent as they cluster on objectives and on top of the player. Since this is the case, the Eat actually has some really cool features that not many know or talk about. The first would be that it can actually close bug holes when spawned near them. This is also the case when it's spawned at the trunk of a spore bloom. These two hidden mechanics can not only save you from using a precious rocket, but it can also only be possible with the fast spawn rate that the EAT has. Of course, you may ask, how often will that method even be used? And well, let's answer that question with another question of my own. How many times have you used your main stratagem to clear a spore bloom and had it on cooldown when you really needed it for a titan or an objective? It's important as a diver to keep all your options open so that you can tackle any obstacle that comes your way in an efficient and effective way. So, at least keep these hidden tips in mind. Moving on, the EAT can also clear Bile Titans with 3 shots to the head, and obviously it can kill a charger with 1 headshot. It can also kill spewers and nursing spewers in a pinch, if needed, with 1 shot to the body. If you're feeling like stunting on the bugs, then get a Hall of Fame play by timing the call-in time of the EAT to kill a charger coming after you. Or, if that's too difficult, stick the stratagem to their shell and let gravity do the work for you. The main point in taking these less common stratagems was to combine their quick cooldowns with their damage outputs to allow for a clean and quick kill potential for the divers to use. Another plus side is that these stratagems are cheap and early game unlocks, so basically everyone can use them as soon as possible. A great reason to use them after getting to a higher level is that many people, including myself, get stuck in certain build types and are hesitant to try out new and different builds by themselves. So, I wanted to show everyone that the game can become more fun, entertaining, and in some cases difficult, making it a new and enjoyable experience for those who have dived many, many times already. This is only the first part in a 2-part video in which I was experimenting to make sure that these stratagems could be used and to figure out how to use them properly. Part 2 will be using them in a solo or multiplayer games so that we can both see how viable and strong or weak these build is in the current version of the game. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see future videos, and I'll see you all in part 2.